Oh, men and women unite. Men and women unite. On fire. For me, in a sense that I had played with music and musicians that was of that caliber prior to joining Slave. So, and I think like a jazz musician. I'm known more from an R&B, funk, rock kind of cat, but I think like a jazz musician. So, you know, I'm into taking chances, which others would say are taking chances. I say I'm just continuing to evolve. And so that's how I was able to go into Hall of Fame 1. And then they said, Atlantic Records goes, you know what? If you give us another watching you, it's a done deal. And I said, well, first of all, I already did watching you. That's already there. I'm not trying to duplicate Slave. If I was going to do that, then I should stay. I mean, I'm not going to try to duplicate Slave and I'm not in Slave. That's ridiculous to me because I was hearing other things. I didn't leave because we were against each other. I left because I knew it was an evolution that I still needed to do as far as my growth, business-wise too. So, yeah, so I went ahead and said, way out, where you never been before. And, you know, and it doesn't sound like watching you. It doesn't sound like Wait For Me. It's its own thing. And I really had to stick to my guns on that because I said, listen, a lot of people underestimated me because I was the drummer that came in. So, okay, then you start singing and okay, and you're writing, okay. Now you're doing your own thing and we're telling you, here's the way to go. And you're like, nah, I'm going way out. You know? So that's kind of how that went. Okay. Yo. Hi, this is Steve Arrington, and you're listening to Brunch in the Basement with Javon and Therese, and we going way out.
Hi, this is Mason. You're in the basement with Javon and Therese.
Perfect.
Leon, that's right, Leon, for some of your favorite movies, and I'm at Brunch in the Basement with Therese and Siobhan. Stay here with me. Stay here with me. Stay here with me.
Still in the basement, no longer alone, with my homegirl Therese on the microphone. Music, politics, or just chatting it up. Brunch in the basement, see, that's what's up. You never know who might run through. Legendary artist or someone brand new. You miss a lot when you miss one day. At least that's what I heard somebody say. But it doesn't really matter what whoever says. It's always a good show with Javon and Therese. Yeah. Brunch in the basement with Javon and Therese. Yeah. Let's see who we got today.
Come on, everybody's a friend in my head. I already know everybody.
Whatever it is, it's gonna be good.
One day I'll tell you about me and Shaka Khan, but you know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but she doesn't know anything about it. But anyway. No, she doesn't. She wasn't even there actually. But anyway.
All our bosses though, Jay. Like, she's got our ears and
I'm gonna send y'all something. I'll definitely get an address. I'll send y'all out.
You can send me some cologne, because I mean, you know, yeah. Just in case I should meet Shaka Khan, I want to smell really, you know, nice.
Oh God.
Okie dokie, babe. Whatever you say.
The time, so
and we thank you for that.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. This part, that little piece, I'm just gonna keep and play it all the time for myself. But no, I'm just teasing.
Hey, chulo.
I love it.
You made
Welcome home, Pop.
Yeah.
Well, I was home. Happy 2025 to everyone.
Yes.
Basement dwellers, the family. I had to come on for the first show for the new calendar year.
Yes. Thank you, Pop. How you doing, hon?
I'm amazing.
I mean, you were having a ball or two.
Or three.
Or three or four.
Those behind the scenes don't know, but I was texting these two.
Absolutely.
During my escapades.
Nice. And you want to tell a little bit about, what was going on? First of all, how does my voice sound to y'all? Does it sound echoey or
no? You sound good.
A little
twinge. A little oh.
Well, you're not bad.
A little what? A little old?
Twinge. No. You're just giving us not Tammy, but t.
Okay.
What did you want me to talk about, Javon?
Just, what's going on with you in your life, in this world, like being out there, just living and doing shit,
Absolutely nothing. No. It was no.
Look, man, you're seeing more of the world than I am.
No, it was, as y'all know, I believe in self-care.
Yes.
And I did not want to ring the calendar New Year because I don't celebrate the New Year. I celebrate the calendar New Year.
Because that's what it is.
I wanted to celebrate that somewhere else, like on a beach, somewhere where I love, in Puerto Rico. And I did post that, the lights did go out, the power, but where I was at in Carolina section, they did have lights and stuff like that. So, but it only lasted basically like a day, really, if that. Because Condado had power, San Juan had power, Old San Juan had power, so it was scattered around.
Okay.
And they learned, I think, from the last hurricane to have generators and solar stuff, so it was good.
Nice.
Because I did post, I was like, there was an area called, it was in San Juan. It was like, this area was considered like the Times Square of San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
And I did go live and I showed the ball or whatever they had going, because we celebrated 1 hour before New York.
And so it looked like a square, a town square.
Yeah, it was, Resi, and it was so many beautiful people, and I mean beautiful people.
What was
to the left of me, to the right of me, to the front of me, to the back of me?
What was the temperature?
It was 81 degrees at midnight.
Wow.
See, and
just 80s the whole trip. The whole trip.
Degree weather. Puerto Rico. Wow. Happy.
Getting off the plane, it was like, oh, okay, I'm back,
Hustle and bustle.
Well, no, still not really. I'm really officially back on Tuesday. Back into the grind, but
you a hardworking man. Ain't nothing wrong with that either.
He's our own personal James Thunder Early.
But you work hard and you play hard.
No, I play harder.
Can't be mad at that.
At all.
Yeah.
I want to be like Chulo when I grow up.
But please, everyone, if you're watching, try to implement self-care at least once a month, once a week. For me, when I wake up, this is not the first thing I grab. I like 10 to 15 minutes of like alone time to meditate, to go, Because honestly, this is in another room at night when I go to bed.
I have to practice that part.
Because you know what I believe? If I wasn't here physically, what would you do? You'd move on to the next person, right? So.
Never that.
Huh?
Never that.
But I'm saying, if you're trying to contact me,
Yeah.
Unless it's an emergency, there's other ways to get me. I still do have a home phone.
Yeah, so do I. You know what?
A landline.
And so do I.
gotta practice, gotta put in place more self-care ideas this year. That's a great idea.
Yeah, because Rezi, I think for 2025, you owe from last calendar year, you owe yourself a couple of beach excursions.
What? Do you see me?
Not even that, but you know how you are when you get on a beach. You and we're
Listen,
like,
She come back looking like Sister Girl.
Okay, I've not been this white since I came out the canal.
But golden. You be looking like a Jill Scott song, "Living Your Life Like It's Golden."
Oh.
Your hair be all blonde. You be all golden.
My kingdom. As soon as they say let's, I'm going to say go. This is ridiculous. Good morning.
Condado is just it's everything to me, because just even having brunch. I think I posted a picture of me having brunch, and like right outside is like the beach right there. So it's like,
and just some fresh seafood and just something.
Oh no, not the seafood. No, but just salad. Well, they don't have too many greens, but just like salad and just
Yeah.
I want to take a moment and wish Nathan James, Black Anonymous, Sandra Hudson, Hannah Malo, Pee Wee, MTB, Lacey Ray, Jeff Hamilton, Gary and Gray, Joe. I can't pronounce your name. Starts with an SVER. Spern. TR Sanger, Nay, and everybody else who's watching Circle of Voices, and those of you who are watching on my Facebook page, please go to YouTube.
YouTube.
Yes, I'm gonna be cutting off the TikTok for now, but just because of the way I sound in my head. But just
there's nothing
know,
wrong with you.
Excuse me?
There's nothing wrong, but
I know, but it's just the way that I sound in my head.
Okay.
And then I won't be able to hear you guys if I don't have the headset on.
Gotcha.
And nor will the other people. Whatever. Anyway, Tammy has to tackle this in a different way. And Pop, I will be calling on you soon, because I need you.
Calling me. Just call me. I'm disappearing in February also again. So
no, I'm talking about either tonight or tomorrow or something.
Yeah, that's fine. Tonight, tomorrow, that's fine. And in February, I'm going. I'm in Portugal, Lisbon, right after Valentine's Day.
Nice.
Portugal.
For a week.
Nice.
Portuguese.
So Portugal, I said hi.
You said Portugal.
You gotta love those nicknames, Pee Wee and Nene, though. Classic. It's three nicknames that are classic: Pee Wee, Nene, and Boo Boo. Classic. Love it.
And Pookie. And Pookie.
Oh, and Pookie.
And Pookie. Pookie, yes. Everybody knows one. I don't care who you are, you know one. Or you know of one.
Oh, you've been called Pookie.
As a matter of fact, speaking of Pookie, I am going to bring on
the third voice.
Yep.
Pookie? What's that?
No.
Pookie. I was getting ready to say hello, Gigi.
No, she called Cheryl Pookie. And with that, it's Gigi.
Hello.
Hey,
happy 2025, Gigi.
Happy 2025. Hey.
Yes.
That's right. I call Cheryl Pookie.
Why somebody named Pee Wee just joined the TikTok?
Nice.
Hi, Pee Wee.
Hey, again, for everybody on TikTok, I apologize for the tease, but we will be back in full force with you in a couple of weeks. So I just wanted to put that out there and just let you know that we exist, and we'll be all up in your space soon. and very soon.
Speaking of TikTok, are they going to extend that deadline or what they're doing? I know Trump said he wants to negotiate it.
He said that they're not going to do anything until he becomes president. He'll make that decision. That's what he said.
I'm sorry, Rezzy. It's Eloise. We don't
Eloise.
we don't
Yeah. Please let's refrain from using that.
So, Pop, you had a wonderful time in PR.
I had a wonderful time, Gigi. Oh, fabulous! Just 80 plus degree weather, the great food, the great people.
Mm-hmm. My father-in-law is in Puerto Rico. He's in Guayama.
Oh,
he lives there, yes. So we knew about the power outage. We were fussing at him like, how come you? He's like, well, what was y'all gonna do? We just be wanting to know, Dad, is you all right?
The certain sections didn't have problems.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was in Carolina and I would ride into, Old San Juan or Condado,
Right.
So, I stayed a lot of time. Well, normally what was so funny was I normally stay at a hotel. But for some reason, again, I don't put a question mark where God puts an exclamation point.
That's right.
This trip, me and my boys, we stayed at an Airbnb that was way out from all the shenanigans, and we just ride in when we had to. But it was perfect. It was quiet, the beautiful neighbors.
Nice.
Me walking along the thing to the grocery store in a tank top and shorts, flip flops. Waving good morning. Buenos dias, mi amor.
He's so serious. He's so serious. I don't know. He's so serious. Man.
So I had a wonderful time, Gigi. It's like,
good.
Like I was saying at the top of the hour, self-care is so important.
Yes, it is.
Even if it's for a couple of days or something, like do something. Something for yourself.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because what's that thing? Don't the woulda, shoulda, coulda, right? Oh, I should eat the cake. I should take the trip. Maybe I'll take the trip. Maybe I won't take the trip. Do it.
Just go.
Tomorrow's not promised.
Absolutely.
If we learn anything.
Yes.
We know.
Yeah. A friend of mine told me that she's getting ready to come up on her retirement this month. And she didn't sound too happy. So I was like, what's the matter? And she's like, well, I'm a little nervous now. And then she asked me, did I remember another colleague of hers? And I was like, yes, I did. He was really helpful when he worked in the city, blah, 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 blah. She said that he retired this year and passed away 2 months after he retired. And I said,
I hear that a lot. That a lot. Especially like with UPS drivers, Johnny's she's in her 30-year UPS. So many people wait. Literally, this one guy, it was 2 weeks after he retired.
That's right.
And sometimes maybe it's because you're still there, from going, and then you just stop. That's why some people, they just keep going because they're like, I don't want to stop, because who knows? But then you're thinking, well, maybe I need to stop earlier, right? We don't know.
I think it's balance. I think you need balance in your life. Like I did watch last week's show. I was able to watch that on the plane coming back. And I love that little vignette of Reggie was talking about it with Veronica or whatever, or whoever is like with the
love Veronica.
Because she's like, I'm taking my PTO.
Yeah. She goes, no, I'll be taking what I've earned. Thank you. Like, I love it. That was one of I'll start sending them to you, Javon, because if you don't follow them, I'm going to suggest you do. I don't remember the tag, the @ name, but I will let you know. She does.
Yeah, if I find it, I'll send it to y'all on Instagram.
I watched. The last one was hilarious with her, where I don't know if you saw it, Rezzy. Did you see it where she was upset with her because she says the lady was, what'd she say? Oh, the lady that was talking about her, they was going to give her a party.
No, I didn't see that.
She wanted people to give to her party, and she said,
"Oh, the coworker,
the coworker that was talking." She said, "So you want?" I'm telling you, things are hilarious.
But how much of that is actually true?
It's real, yes.
It's for real, and those are the things that you wish you could say. Or some of us do, but like I know you are politically correct, but Veronica. As a matter of factly, just says, I love it.
I love it. She's not.
No, she's not wrong. But everybody needs a little Veronica in their life.
Yeah. I think it's the new generation is more like that Veronica right now.
I do.
Oh, yeah, me too.
More like that right now because some people like, I can't take that time off. I need coverage. Like, because if you leave this earth, your position is going to be posted before your obituary.
What?
Yeah.
You already know.
That's right. That's right.
It's always going, and the person that wanted your gig to begin with is already inquired about it. No sooner than they get the announcement that you are no longer with us.
Mm-hmm.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You know who also I love too? Speaking of IG, New York Nene. Love her too. New York Nene. She's so New York, and she's like guttural with her opinions on things. And sometimes she covers like topics in the city, or like she covered this the price congestion thing, and she doesn't drive, so her opinion on it was hilarious. She's like, so what that mean? Like, what do you like? And it's so ridiculous that it makes so much sense. She kind of sounds like Eloise in a way, but for the people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I like her too. I follow her too. Hilarious. You need to break up the monotony, you know.
So, has anybody followed anything into 2025? Was that all on me?
Well, the only thing, Gigi, the only thing, Gigi, that I have heard, that I read, that is annoying, that is disappointing, is that Johnson was reelected for the House Speaker.
Yes, he was, but you should have known that, right?
Well, you know what? The shenanigans that went on last year and the year before with the House speakership, with the Republicans, how they were going back and forth, and they was hiring and firing people, and then there was nobody, and it was just shenanigans. But I do realize that
they couldn't risk that.
Lady Eloise has an agenda that they all seem to want to follow, and they're afraid that if they don't follow it, that they will be primary. So,
well,
you know,
outside of that,
disheartening.
I know, but outside of that, he needed to be for everything to move forward, right? Because if he wasn't, that would have postponed, which means they can't do the swearing in of the new representatives, which means they can't then have him be sworn in as president. So everything had to go in order. So they knew they couldn't do it. At the end of the day, they want him. So they knew they couldn't do that.
Yeah. So it's just it's just disheartening that there's just nothing in place to stop a convicted
Say it
anyway.
January 10th, here we go, which is going to be just semantics because he's not going to be getting any kind of prison sentences. He's not going to be held accountable for anything. So, it's just.
You think he'll pay that civil suit though?
I think he's going to appeal. He's going to appeal until he can't appeal anymore.
And I think
which is what he always does.
How many appeals are you afforded? They said no. They're about to. No,
they got to take it all the way to the top, and then they could say, "Well, send it back down," and then they could say, "Well, we don't want to be involved," and then it's just a game. It's just a game.
So he's gonna drag her out through it.
He's gonna continue to let the city for the U.S. government to pay for it. I mean, he doesn't care. It's not coming out of his pocket.
Yeah. And this morning he wants that judge disbarred because I watched the little bit of news this morning, and the thing is, I think he wanted to come into the new administration clean.
Yeah,
you're coming in tarnished no matter what. You're coming in as a convicted felon. That's gonna be on your back the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
And that should be on your epitaph when you leave this earth.
Does he have to register?
Oh, I don't. He may change that in the
Constitution.
In the Constitution.
Well, look, I mean,
but see the registration. I'm talking about as a convicted.
I know.
Offender. You have to join the registry.
Yeah.
Really? You also shouldn't be able to be the president.
Well, they didn't write that in there. They didn't.
He should not be able to travel out of the country as well. And there are some countries in which he cannot travel into.
Right.
Nathan,
Canada.
please stop using his name in your comments so that I can post your comments.
You see, I'm not even saying the
we
name.
we don't say that name.
If you don't want to say lady, I'll just say the orange mother.
Well, I can say he.
Yeah, we just please just use a different name because we're not.
We already know who we're talking about.
Yeah, we know who we're talking about, but please, we don't want to.
You can even put president-elect.
I don't even want to say that.
No.
You can say the felon.
That's a good one.
Felon.
You can say the felon. We know who that is.
We know who that is.
I'm just like that name just makes me want to. Y'all don't want to see me sitting here hurling. Yeah, that would just like it's just I'm over it.
Will he be on the registry? You know, because the registry is the Constitution, so we know it ain't in there. However, what the law of the land says that if you are convicted of any SA offense, you have to register. You have to get up on their registry, and you have to say which count it was. And you have to
Captain Chaos. Yeah,
what you drive and where you live at.
Yeah, well, who knows with him? But outside of that shenanigan, we're just gonna sit up here and wait and see what happens on the 10th. The thing that happened. So I'm not sure if either of you. I know Jerron said only that situation with Johnson.
And one other thing. Hold on before you go into it.
Okay.
I don't know how true it is, and maybe you can help with that. But what I heard, what I read was that he invited people to a rally the day before the inauguration.
Yeah.
That is suspect as fuck. Okay.
Where? In his backyard?
In Washington.
Yes, it's going to be, yes.
That is sus. Okay, so go ahead.
Yes, that is definitely true. That is the 19th. And what's interesting is the 18th is the People's March. Is on the 18th, which I think was originally the Women's March, so they make it the People's March. Is on the 18th, that's Saturday. That is going to be on the 19th, and then yes, the 20th is supposed to be inauguration.
Cannot go. You know what? I think even better than Lady Eloise, Captain Chaos, because
it's going to be a shenanigan every hour of every day. It's
every day was shenanigans the first time, and he hasn't even gotten there in the shenanigans and craziness and shit already.
Javon, we couldn't even keep up. We were sending each other messages constantly.
Calling each other, talking every day. Every day.
I'm
talking to you more often than I was talking to my mama. Crazy. But go on, Gigi. Now you can tell us what else is up.
Never ending. Yes, Kimberly, never ending shenanigans. So on the 1st, we had the unfortunate that 14 people were unalived in Louisiana, right? Nolo, because of a terrorist attack for a man that took his truck that was rented from Turo through a crowd around the police car because there were no real barriers up that should have been, but around the police car and unalived 14. There are still some that are in the hospital that were injured. Up to 30 more were injured from what I was told. And it's definitely a sad New Year's to bring that in. The man did get out of the vehicle and commenced to have gunfire back and forth with police and was then unalived on the scene. So they right now, and I'm not sure if you knew any of this, but the biggest part of all of this is that, which I'm upset about, is how we know Captain Chaos, I really like that, has now taken that narrative, even though we have been told that this man was born and raised in Texas, right? And made it all about the border. How and why has this become a border issue, a Biden border issue? Nobody understands. because he just likes to weaponize everything, right?
But the people that believe him just believe him. And what's really criminal is the news media that repeats his lies and sells his bull, and for people to believe. That's the thing.
Yep. Yes, true. All the time.
Connecting dots that aren't connecting.
Right.
And then a few hours into that same day, we had the Cybertruck Tesla that was filled with fireworks. No, there was actually fireworks that actually went off and exploded in the vehicle. But this person, I've heard two contradicted that they did unalive themselves prior to that happening, and so I still need to research on that because I'm hearing different things, that he was still alive when it happened, but that he had unalived himself at the time was what I heard from the news media. So,
but you know what was weird about that? The police commissioner or whatever he was gets at the podium and thanks Muskrat for assisting. Thank you for assisting and giving us all the information as if he did. No,
right?
No,
well,
he didn't.
Did we learn something new? We learned two things that are new, and if you weren't aware, about how much we're being tracked and can be tracked.
Yes, yes.
Tracked that vehicle by the way it used the charging stations and got information to authority. Okay, so that's one tracking, and then we had the other tracking when the gentleman unalived the insurance CEO, and they had him 10 days before he arrived at the location to do it. So I'm thinking, whoa, like if you think that you're walking out here in the streets and you just doing stuff,
but we know there's cameras on every street corner.
Right. So to go back to that too,
and
so that vehicle was also That vehicle was also rented by Turo, so the cyber vehicle. Yes. But they showed this morning, I was able to see, they showed how they tracked the man with the pickup truck from New Orleans. They seen the camera, like you said, that showed him loading the truck with the ISIS flag that night, right before. And how he walked around the vehicle, went in, he had a gas cannon that he started a fire in the house, and he came back and went out. So all of that they now have on video. They got that on camera. So you're right. All the cameras, they can track it back and see what the heck has happened, because we all have Ring cameras, right? All day long, my camera is going off for everything that's going on. So I could see everything from my house to the left, all the way to the right and across the street. So of course they're going to be asking people. That's how they ask. You have Ring cameras and get that information and download it, and they're able to see everything.
You know something? I live in a very small township, right? And one day my car was broken into. Now, mind you, whoever did it was extremely dumb, because the neighbors were sitting on the stoop right next door. So when they did it, the neighbors was like, you know what, we're not even going to call her first. We're going to call the police, right? Call the police, and then they knocked on my door. But before I come down, the police were already chasing him already. So this was in a matter of 10 minutes. So, he didn't get too far. They caught him. He'd been drinking, blah, blah, blah. They left the police car parked, and they were in front of my house, and they went on foot chasing him. So next thing I know, I see them walking back down the hill. They put him in the car, and they tell me whatever he took out of the car, I can come pick up from the station, which is not too far from me. All right. So I'm like shaking my head like, wow, how did he even, you're thinking you're running these hills? Good luck, brother. And then you're drunk, and then you do it in front of people. Okay. So there's a lot to the story, right? So when I went to go pick up whatever he took, I went to the local police station in a small township that you don't think should be equipped. At least I wasn't ready for what I saw. I was not ready. Now, yes, we're aware of the cameras, and I think that, because they're like white noise, I walked into the station and waited behind the petition to see somebody, and he was like, oh, yeah. I said, that was pretty fast acting, guys. You must have been right around the corner when he did it. He goes, oh, no, we could see him when he was actually doing it. what? He said, yeah, you want to see? So he was just, it was like a kid showing me his shiny brand new toy. So I stepped into this dark room, which had like maybe 120-foot screen on the wall. And he could punch in an address and the whole entire block lit up like it was Christmas, like it was broad daylight. Now I got there about maybe 11 p.m. Then he showed what the surveillance looks like when it's neutralized, and you could see vividly every block in the township that they had to cover. They saw where the cars were, who was moving in the streets, people. You could see it so crystal clear, like I'm watching television at home, but on an 100-and-something foot, it took up a whole wall. And they're in the room in the dark. So now we look like we're adding movie effects to it. So now they're in the room in the dark, and I'm like, holy sugar, y'all got. I said, wow, who would have thought that this small township that I live in had that kind of technology going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think about a metropolitan area, you think about all the things that are going on right now, and and there was another shooting. I don't know if you're going to cover that one, Gigi.
Yeah, in Queens, right? Yeah,
Queens. Yeah, and I'm thinking, I think some people think this is all leading up to Marshall's Law. What do you think?
Yeah, I do.
Well, he actually said he wanted that. Should anybody protest?
Yeah.
If there's any protest, there will be no such thing as a peaceful protest anymore, because he's like, if people protest me winning the election, then we should shoot them and put them in jail and do this. Like he wants to be like, do y'all remember when he wanted to have a parade in his honor, a military style
parade? Yes,
right?
Yes, I remember.
But what happened was the tanks and whatnot were too big and strong for our streets. Like, because we don't do that. We're not equipped. Our streets are not equipped.
We're not Korea. He wanted it to mimic Korea.
Right.
I remember.
I want my people to stand at attention when they see me, like he it's no joke. These people, and then so what did BLM do? They painted the street and put Black Lives Matter on the very streets that he wanted to have these parades on, and it was intentional. Like it was in contradiction. You can't have your parade, but look what we can do.
Right. Look, Reggie, I'm so with you. He was angry, big mad. But I'm so with you when you said that about, when you just brought that up. It reminded me of the neighbor next door to me. He has this for some reason he just can't. I'm sorry. He just can't keep the bushes down on his side. Every summer, he refuses to spend any money to keep it tamed. And every summer, it comes over my fence, all over there, and Jadi has to take the time to do it, right? But when Jadi had her shoulder surgery, she wasn't able to do it. And so I'm like, I'm not going to pay somebody to do that. And he would say, oh, I'll do it. He wouldn't do it. He gets somebody over there to cut the grass, but never. And I got fed up. So I called the township. Now, when I called them to report him about it, this is what got me, like you just said, Rezi. She said, okay, let me look. And I said, look, I'm thinking she was coming. She said, no. And she literally pulled it up. She said, oh, I could see it. The bush is all the way over onto your shed. And I'm like, she could see it, like you said, in real time. That was crazy to me. So you are so right. And this is, mind you, we're talking about just the township. That wasn't even the police. So imagine, like you said, what the police is able to see.
Yeah, but look at it. You can see your house on Google Maps.
Yeah.
So if I have your address, I can Google and see what your house looks like. And a lot of people park their cars outside of the garage, and you can see the cars. You can see cars sitting in the garage. You can see cars sitting in the street. You can see, and then it's so on my little phone, you can just move it around and you can see the whole area. And really see a frozen moment in time. It may not be a live thing, but I think they do have a way that you can see it live. So if we on our little individual, I'm just a citizen phone can have that. Imagine what the federal government has.
Exactly.
And they can pinpoint and bomb your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just,
gosh.
but they could. I'm just saying, I hope they don't, but I think they could. And
I mean, everybody don't forget about Philadelphia, how that happened. You know, we seem to forget that did happen in Philly.
This is the time of Big Brother. It's funny how, and I wonder if it's a coincidence, or is it that the elite has information? Like there's books and plans that we're just not reading or privy to or something. But 1984, that book, it talked about people being watched and being a nonconformist, and if you don't go along with it, this could happen to you. And this book was written when, you know, and look at where we are now. We're being watched, like you're saying, Rez. I just can't get paranoid on it. You know, like you watching me, you probably looking in my house now. You know, because
we're not talking about the drone situation anymore.
Right. As a matter of fact, if you were watching, because I was home watching the ball,
Kimberly.
They had.
I'm paying for it now.
They had the drones say Happy New Year. They made drones in New York City spell out Happy New Year 2025.
Look, Enemy of the State, that movie, clear about it, right? That movie, and everybody kept saying in that movie, oh, this is so far-fetched, da-da-da-da-da. Is it not exactly what we're living? There was a lady on TikTok that had a smart television. She showed us in real time how someone was communicating with her through her television. Recently, they had tapped into her TV and was responding to her through text on her television. This is real.
Yeah, the only way you can be off the grid, I think, is to eliminate cell phones, television, computers,
bank cards,
anything,
electronic cards, don't have no digital footprint.
Right. That's why Jaji bought us a regular old school radio, which y'all all need to get.
With battery.
She said, with the battery, she said, we need to, God forbid something happens.
Yeah.
How can you hear what's happening if everything else is shut down?
But the thing with that too is most radio stations are digital; they're not analog. So, it's really, you know, we used to have the transistor radios back in the day when we had the analog systems. But when you're talking radio now, there may be a few stations. Hopefully, you can
AM,
but the majority of the big ones, AM stations. Absolutely.
Yeah, AM stations. That's what she's saying.
Here's the thing. I remember there was a blackout. I was still living in New York, so this must have been about 20 years ago or so. There was a big blackout, and I had this portable, it was a little black and white television with a little radio station and a flashlight, and it was battery operated.
So handheld one, right?
It was handheld.
It looked like like how you carry Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, the only reason I don't have it anymore is because I recently looked at it, and the battery had acidized or whatever, and it ruined the whole thing, and it just doesn't work anymore. But I have to get another one now. I'm thinking about it. But anyway, during that blackout, I had the flashlight and I was able to use the radio and only get AM stations. And I was able to hear police walkie-talkies and things like that, but I couldn't decipher where it was coming from. And then I found a radio station that was like an AM, just regular radio station. But somebody had called into the radio station. It was just really weird how you have to be prepared with these things. Absolutely. Things that don't require electricity.
Right.
Yeah.
So am I going back to the world of the Flintstones?
So I'd be the safest
You
thing.
know, and somebody was asking, I think it was Nathan who asked about Alexa and Siri. They hear you when you thinking, because let me just say, I've been having conversations and don't say their names at all.
Yeah.
And they start trying to answer the question or say, oh, I don't know the answer to that. Why the fuck you trying to find the answer to that? Nobody asked anything. Why are you trying to find the answer? You know, like all of a sudden they're monitoring.
Apple has to pay out something 96, not enough for how long Siri's been listening, quite frankly. But so that they're saying it roughly averages about, if you fill out the application to get what you're owed for them eavesdropping and getting all your proprietary information to do the advertising that they do for you, which is priceless, right? For how long? They're not saying how long they were listening. Roughly, it ends up being about maybe $19 per device that you had a Siri attached to it. Hopefully,
Oh, cool.
Please, it's such a joke, man. Such a joke. So you don't have any devices, like start reading books again. Get rid of your TVs, your cell phones,
exactly
everything.
I just want to quickly give a shout out to Circle of Voices. They are going to be having an event in Tampa. They're going to be bringing the legendary group Strafe. And that's going to be March 22nd of 2025. And you can get your tickets on Eventbrite. And these are good people. This is a nonprofit. So definitely support.
Girl, Kathy?
Yep.
How's it, Kathy?
So shout out. And, again, continue to let's support one another, like-minded people. And, I'd like to say, support Black businesses, but also support the businesses of allies. There are some even big chain organizations that are allies of progressive thinking. So, and who are DIE. That's DEI. They did. No, there are some progressive organizations that are committed to diversity. And so we should seek them out and support them. Costco, Target, if you think Target is too ghetto, just, pronounce it Target and you'll feel better about yourself.
Target, ghetto?
Some people say that. I say Target.
Target.
Yeah, so, whatever. Clutch your pearls and support those who support you. And for those who don't support you, don't support them. Do not give them your money. I saw somebody said, well, nobody has given us an alternative to Walmart. Walmart has not always been there and will not always be there. Do some research yourself. Go find another goddamn store.
Period.
What are we even talking about?
Right.
Order your shit.
Or make it.
Or make it.
And that's the other thing.
Grow your business.
Let me just say this. That when something is not available, that is your opportunity to create it. Whether it be a thing or opportunities. I'll give you a prime example.
Please do.
And I think everybody here can attest that this is the truth. I am not what you would call a singer. I can't sing. I really can't. I know I can't, but I don't care what people think. Okay? I'm going to sing because it makes me happy to do it. Being that I can't sing, and I am very self-aware.
Well, can't it's like
well,
go ahead.
Everybody can, but not everybody can do it well. We can agree on that.
You don't have that musical attribute. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not going to quite say that. I do have a musical attribute. It's just not my singing voice, right? So anyway, being that I am aware of that, I knew that nobody was going to invite me to be featured in their concerts.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh boy.
Are you leading up to something where I have to answer the phone for lawyers?
No.
Probably so, Pop.
No. I knew nobody was going to invite me to lead in a concert. So what did I do? I wrote some songs.
Yes, you did.
I hired people and created a band.
Yes, you did, Giovanni.
I rented a venue. I got background singers. Some people, yes, and Gigi sang background. And but wait, Gigi, I ain't gonna say who and I ain't gonna say when, but one of those concerts, one of these background singers was like, I can't do this, right? And walked away because they felt like I could sing. This mofo right here can't sing. I ain't backing you up. You should be backing me up. Matter of fact, you should be back in the back of the audience clapping. You shouldn't even be singing. And that
Oh God.
Okay. And as a matter of fact, they still hating me today. It's a miracle. They smile in your face, but ow, what the fuck was that, right? But anyway, I don't care. I got many wounds in the back. Okay, and I'm still standing. Okay.
Oh gosh.
But anyway,
she's on the road today.
No,
where
I'm
we
just
going
saying.
with this, Javon? Land the plane.
What I am saying, Papi Chulo.
Oh God, my face hurts.
What I'm saying is that I had very successful concerts.
Yes, you did.
More than one. The first one I did, and it was just us. And I sang a lot of lead. And even when I had people that could really sing, I was hopping around and being a hype man on the stage. Yeah, because I wanted to be on stage. And I enjoyed that shit so much that I started doing more concerts. Matter of fact, I got celebrities. That's how I met Mo. Right? I was like,
that's right.
Right? That's how I first met Mo and some other people. Melissa, Kenny Bovey, and all these people. I started hiring people because guess what?
You could.
Right, I could. And they could. They could sing and I could sing. They sang well. I didn't. But I could open for them and say that I opened. Did you know that I was the opening act for Monifa? Yes, the Monifa. Yeah. And I have to say, shout out to Mo, because when she heard me say, well, I know I can't sing, but I don't get. She says, yes, you can. I was like, oh, Monifa thinks I can sing, y'all. Okay, yes, it's yeah. Okay.
You got a cute little hum there and here and there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So all I'm trying to say is that if the opportunity is not there for you, create it for yourself.
Yeah,
that's it.
In today's society with the technology that we have, and although I had piano lessons and I can tinker a little bit, and I think I have a good musical ear, I can't stay on key for shit. But I know when I'm off key, I'm like, oh, that's not the key. Oh, nope, that's not the key either. Cheryl, can you help me sing the key? I can hear it, but I can't sing it.
Now that's a singing bird there.
And she will definitely put you back on key.
You know what I'm saying? But but if you want to do something, if you really want to do something, commit yourself to it. There's no way that you can't do something today. That's all.
But Javon, look what you did. Your love for music, even though you can't sing, you created this platform that you played music on in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, look, honestly,
you took lemons and made chocolate cake.
Wow. Oh, that's a good one. Chocolate cake.
All right. And hey, I'm trying to tell y'all, wait, when I'm free, when I was free, I'm not gonna die. Somebody told me, Armstrong, why you want to retire? You know you're just gonna die.
What?
Was that a coworker?
Yeah. I said, well, you're gonna die too. So
who says that to some?
We both gonna die, but you might die working. So I'm gonna die free. You gonna die at your desk. I'm making a choice. Okay.
You have another outlet, Javon. That's what the good thing is. So
people don't understand that. They're like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" I'm gonna get the fuck away from you. I mean, I don't mean it like that. I mean,
you mean it like that?
No,
right, not like that.
I mean, like I've just given so much of myself emotionally, spiritually, physically, and even I've given. And when I say given intellectually, but given creatively. In other words, I have created things, incentives, and digital things. I've given those things. I didn't charge, which I could have, or which I maybe should have, but I have given those things to enhance the work experience for myself and my colleagues. And I would do that. That's just who I am, but I am looking forward to the day that I can just do it for me, for you, and for everyone. And yes, I will be singing again.
You got to do some more concerts again, Giovanni.
I intend to. I intend to do concerts. And you know what? I'm going to have, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have Monifa come. And me and Monifa are going to have a sing-off on stage. And as soon as she blows me the fuck away, I'm gonna be so happy.
No, she's gonna make you sing now.
I know.
And she's going to make you sing, and she may even say, "We're going to rehearse." And God help you. You're on your own.
I don't want to rehearse. I just want to sing.
That will work.
I just want to sing off key.
So Therese, isn't it worth it giving up some freedoms for safety of our property? That's what the drones are all about. That's an interesting question. Giving up. Okay, first of all, I don't think we have too many freedoms. I think the freedoms that we are given are kind of, it's just a facade, basically. For safety, well, it's like insurance, right? You have it running in the background, paying it all your life, but what if you never have an accident? So I don't know if having my privacy versus security, I don't know. Like the security part, I believe I can handle a lot of that. Wink, wink, right? And if you're talking about personal property, that's neither here nor there with me, because when I think about safety, I think about my person first, right? So, but privacy is a huge thing for me, right? And even if that's an illusion too, like you would like to think that you can have something that you call your own that no one else has access to. And it's nothing running in the background on conversations or whatever it is. You'd like to think that, right? So I'm not sure about that SSM that I'm responding to that. What you think? What you guys think?
I would say for me that if you give them an inch, they want the whole damn county. You understand? It's like, I'm just saying, it's where do you draw the line?
Right.
Because they don't know how to just say, okay, well, we're trying to just protect your property on the outside while they're peeping in holes on the inside. Right. Especially with this administration, I can't see anything that they do will ever be for us.
And we won't be safe.
None of it.
Yeah.
None of it.
I have to really quickly, your boy is on New Jersey Soul Man. Hey,
boy.
And the notorious and DZD has been watching as well on Insta. I think that my freedom is the most important thing. My property, things. Are we talking about things?
Yeah.
Or my personal safety and my freedom to be and live as I want, to be who I am, and to love who I want to love, and to go where I want to go. Those are the things that are most important to me. And if I earn it, be able to work for it. Where's the banging coming from?
Sorry.
Oh, that's you. Okay, I thought it was me. I gotta check in because y'all don't know.
I don't know. What you think about that pop? I'd be curious.
I think I'm just gonna co-sign with my freedom, my privacy, but I'm very transparent. So but there are certain things I do keep to myself.
Right.
And if y'all do follow me on social media, I don't post everything about me personally. I post stuff about life, just living
life. A lot of jewels. You drop a lot
of jewels.
Yeah. So y'all won't know that much about me. I've always believed less is more. But once Big Brother came into play, it changed the whole narrative. Because I look at, we grew up without this.
Sure did.
Absolutely. It's a different world.
Yeah, like going outside. And I was watching something on TikTok where this girl, she's interviewing people and asking questions. Like, I remember just growing up, when the lights came on, that was my signal to go home or be in front of the building. I don't.
Yeah. Yep.
It's scary to me, and we have to deal with it. But again, less is more, because right now I look at my life at 56 years old. My circle is. I would rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies in my life. So.
No, I feel that. I feel you with that. 100.
Yeah, my circle is very tight now. It's very tight. Very tight.
I feel you. I feel you 100% on that.
Yeah. Good question, SSM.
Yup. Good question.
That's what made me think a little bit later while I sit on another beach and think about
it. Exactly. Get your hand. I'm sure she.
Ham. Radio license or GMS.
Oh, okay. Because there's a camera. There's literally a police camera right outside my window. Like on the corner.
Okay.
No, but I leave my. It's not a Women of Brewster. I do leave my shades down.
Okay.
You said Women of Brewster play.
No, I'm just saying. Where that scene. You left your shades open last night.
Yeah. I seen you.
Yeah. You definitely. There's and the laws. It's funny. That's one thing that's quietly not talked about.
The new laws?
The fact that a lot of the gun laws are changing, particularly as it relates to concealed carry. And New York and New Jersey were 2 of the hardest states to get those licenses in, and now they are available. So
really?
it's oh yeah, go to yeah. First it was upstate New York, but now it's moved downtown.
Okay, Gigi.
Oh yeah.
Well, y'all a homeowner, so you definitely have to protect yourself.
It's interesting you brought that up, because today was supposed to be a day. I actually signed up for a club, and it was supposed to be today, but I was like, no, I want to sit in on I was going to leave a little early, but they have a 2 o'clock. So I'm going to go at 2 o'clock instead of the 12, but to drop off my stuff and get with the club, meet the people. It's Black owned. So it was hard to locate them, and they're in Pennsauken. So I'm happy about that. So that's why I'm dressed and ready, all my stuff together to go.
Okay. I'm curious about what the press is going to cover on Monday.
What do you mean? On the 6th?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know how they always love to number one, they're gonna be looking for drama, but number two, they're gonna go back to last year. I mean, to whatever year that was, 4 years ago, 21, and they're gonna recover it, but only some is gonna will recover it.
And we know that Lady Eloise will make a statement.
Mm-hmm.
It was a beautiful day.
I am not a crook.
You know, same stuff, different case.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Dale D wants to know what music Therese likes.
Oh, hi Dale D. Wow, it's kind of you're safer saying what music doesn't Therese like. I have a really eclectic palette. You know, it's really hard. I like a little bit of everything. You'd be surprised, or maybe not, but you know.
Is this their first time to the basement? Because we're music aficionados on this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
Dale,
yeah.
Is this your first time watching the show?
You're a virgin to the basement?
You're a basement virgin?
Or are you a secret basement dweller?
I had a good buddy named Dale back in the day. This is your first time? Welcome.
Oh,
welcome.
Hey.
Thank you, Dale.
Hey, Dale.
Dale, make sure that you subscribe, follow, click the bell, ring the bell.
Tell 5 people.
Welcome, Dale.
Tell 5 people, share. As a matter of fact, everybody, make sure that you share the broadcast.
Yeah.
And Dale, you know, we love music here. We love all kinds of music.
Oh yeah.
And oftentimes, and as a matter of fact, you know, coming up, we'll be having some musicians on the show to visit us, as we have in the past.
And a birthday shout out to basement alum Oya.
Oh right, Oya just had a birthday recently.
Happy birthday, Oya.
So other things that we also do on the show is we like to have a Black History moment, because you know it's just important that we share facts. So today I wanted to do, because today is the actual birthday of a few people who are interesting. So I just wanted to do something a little bit different, but it's still, you know, it is what it is. So Dale, one other thing that you're going to need to watch this show and have a good time is a little bit of patience. One of my nicknames on this show is Tammy Too Much. And that, Dale, is because I do way too much and don't know what the hell I'm doing. Okay?
That's not always true.
No, for the most part it is. And thank you so much, Therese. For the most part it is. I do too much, but it always turns out to be quite interesting, I think, in the end. So one thing I want to do is share some interesting people with you who I think are interesting. And today's their birthday. So let's go with this one first. This person is still alive, still with us. He was the very first African-American head coach of a football team, and his name is Tony Dungy.
Dungy!
You know, we hear that I'm the breadwinner. You're supposed to be the breadwinner. So we think that's the most important job we have as men. I've got to work and take care of business so that I bring home the bacon. And if I can feed my family, then I've been a good dad. And that is not the most important thing our kids need. I found that out from my son. I was actually getting an award, a fatherhood award. And so I had to give a speech, and I wanted to tell them, you know, what great, neat things I'd done for my kids. So I asked my son, Eric was like 12 at the time. I said, tell me the neatest thing that we've done together thing that you were most happy that we got to do? And he had been on the sideline with me, he'd gone to Super Bowls and all these different neat things. And he said, well, you remember the time we were playing baseball with a roll of tape and a broom because all the stuff was locked away and we just played baseball and I beat you 22-2 in tape baseball. I said, of all the things we've done, that's the thing you remember? Why is that? He said, well, that was just special, me and you together. And I said, wow, that made me think that it's not the great things, it's not what I provided for, it's not being able to fly him to the Super Bowl, but it was playing a baseball game with a roll of tape because it was just him and I.
Okay, there's that. And there's Grace Bumpry. Let's see if I can do that right. She's someone that I had not heard of before. And yeah, I think she's worth giving a few moments to. Today would have also been her birthday.
Two days beforehand, before an important opera, I don't talk. I don't eat certain foods. I don't drink any alcohol. My voice is for me so important that I don't even dare think about drinking any kind of wine or anything like that. You've got to have all your wits about you. And I can only do that if I know that this little mechanism here is working at its very greatest capacity. And I leave nothing, no stone unturned. No stone.
Nice.
All right. And the last but not least, I don't know why I thought of Pop when I found out that it was this gentleman's birthday. This really has nothing to do with you, Pop. I just know that I don't know why. But you know what? I guess it's because I've always been impressed with this man. Mm-hmm. And I've always heard that he was a good guy. So it's Floyd Patterson. Today would have been his birthday as well. He was born in 1935. And so let's figure him out. Huh. Let's see. There we go. I'm getting it.
Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Went down to him the other day, so God happy and stayed all day. Went down to him the other day, so God happy and stayed all day. Ooh, Lordy, trouble so hard. Ooh, Lordy, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. When in the room, you can stay long. Don't be bad, brother was dead. When in the room, Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know my trouble but God.
Boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boxing legend, Floyd Patterson.
Absolutely. You know, not everybody's into boxing and all this other stuff, but I just love to see, especially a black man. Let me just be clear. Just conquering, just showing the strength of a black man, an Adonis, and having the character of a god.
Speaking of vocals, did anybody besides me catch the Luther Vandross on CNN?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you know, if you missed it, it's replaying tonight at 9:00 on CNN.
All right. And for those of you who do not have CNN or don't do live TV like that anymore, if you have Hulu, a Hulu subscription, you can go on Hulu Live and see it there as well.
9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time. So
yes.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That documentary is excellent.
It really is. I enjoyed it thoroughly. You know, it's hard to say. What I love most was seeing Luther through the years, like young Luther all the way up, you know, because, you know, like if you that be like, for me, it was hard pressed to find any new information because I was such a Luther fan, right? It's like Javon in Chaka Khan, right? Like, I'm sure she's seen everything moving, right? But to stitch it all together the way they did to tell this story, I thought it honored him in a way that and then it made me sad in some spaces, because it's like, you know, when folks are here, you know, and, you know, giving them the flowers and just
how the industry treated him too.
Yeah, we just don't really always appreciate people when they're here, and they get so we get so many kudos. We understand their worth when they're gone,
or their magic. Because it's funny, there was a discussion in Puerto Rico about Michael Jackson and Beyonce Knowles Carter.
What was that discussion about?
Yeah, what was
it's like she's now
what
she's greater than.
You know what? We have to stop comparing.
Yeah.
But I looked at that it's this generation, they see, you know, they see that. But, you know, he's always, that goes back to that legend icon thing. Because of Michael Jackson, he opened the door for a person like Beyonce.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, granted, she's a great entertainer, but my thing is, let's be happy for us as our people. We're there in those, because a lot of people don't know the 3 most awarded people is Michael Jackson. Now it's Beyonce and Whitney Houston are the 3 most awarded people in music entertainment history right now. And that's in Guinness Book World Record, all that.
Period.
Us 3. And I'm happy for the legacy, because a lot of people don't know that, which I have a plaque on the wall. Whitney's the first African-American Black entertainer, has 3 diamond plaques. Michael doesn't even have 3. She has 3.
Michael was so competitive that if he had heard you say that, he'd be out there dancing on the ceiling to prove a point. Michael Jackson he wanted to be the best in the world. That was his goal, his driving,
that Virgo thing in him.
Yeah, perfectionist. He wanted to be perfect. He wanted to be, an actor. He wanted Oscars. He wanted Emmys. He wanted Grammys. He wanted Tonys. He wanted everything. He just wanted it all, and there's no sin in that. Being the best. He wanted to do things that had never been done. And what's so interesting, a lot of people don't realize, is that Michael, his voice when he spoke like this, and yeah, that's really not. That wasn't his real voice.
That wasn't his real voice, and he could cuss like a sailor.
Right.
Oh,
right.
And not for nothing, what I loved about, and speaking of the comparison piece, what I loved about it, if you study Michael Jackson and any of the greats, Nippy included, they always talked about the shoulders they stood on, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have 2 artists from 2 different eras,
Yep.
There's no way you would exist without somebody before you that was of that stature or caliber that kicked those doors down. We talk about things that Michael was revolutionary to do, Prince revolutionary to do in terms of getting us seen,
Mm-hmm.
And the work, that they contributed that got us seen on platforms that we were not traditionally on, so everybody has a contribution to this jam. Like Beyonce clearly is kicking in. She's obliterating the genres right before our eyes.
Every genre.
And honestly, the genres were not built for us. They were built to control, and it's an industry thing. It's nothing to do with the separations of music. It is all just music, whether it be gospel, whether it be country, pop, rock. Please, it's just music, and to sell it, to package it, to market it, they separate it and call it different things. And they market it back to us. And then they tell you can't cross the lines. You can't do this. You can't do that. Why? Who said that? Who said that? It's trash. But
you gotta be marginalizing this thing. And it's like music artists, which I love, like domestically, they're ridiculed for their personal stuff. When you go to Europe, they don't care if you're burning down houses. As long as you come on that stage and perform, that's what they want.
Which is the reason why a lot of our artists go over to Europe. Yeah. They have staying careers and a whole new life. Look at Tina Turner.
Yep. I'm willing to go over there and sing in Europe and let them taste my wares.
In those little cafes in London and stuff.
Yeah. I'm willing to, go over there and perform for them.
Go to Paris, Javon.
When I think about videos, Michael Jackson's videos, we've not seen anything to that caliber to me since, right? Like
they were like movies.
Yes, he set the stage for that. So as much as we look at how well Beyonce sings and can perform, the videos of Michael, like today, you watch them, it is just astounding. When you think of Thriller, when you think, come on.
It was an event, Gigi. We all were home when that came on TV.
It's like
it was like Roots and Michael Jackson's Thriller. It was like, whoa. And it was like the talk of the next day at work and on school. It was like, did you see that video?
Yep.
Yeah. Remember the time.
Social media.
Remember the time. Come on.
Yep. Even Billie Jean. Billie Jean when it first came out. Even when Billie Jean first came out, it was crazy. Like he was. but he did that and broke barriers.
Records, yes.
He broke down the color barriers of MTV. They had to play Michael Jackson. You had to. They didn't want to. They didn't want no Michael Jackson. They didn't want no black people on MTV. MTV ain't even showing music videos no more. No. Remember, what was that thing in New York? VH1. That was, I mean, that was a fierce. There was the era of music videos. That was. I don't see music videos the way they used to be. Like, is there a show with them, or
on a public access channel in Manhattan? We still got Video Music Box.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, I never see like a video channel like
the
that.
VMA Music, what the video awards? I was like, I don't see videos like that.
Yeah.
I remember being home on Friday nights, watching Friday night videos before I went out to the club.
Alexander O'Neal is my man. Y'all know I brought him up last time. Sunshine, baby. Don't go out with him.
Exactly. Alexander O'Neal, I always think about this,
baby.
What is this thing called love? The bass line on that shit.
Yes.
Y'all gonna make me
so Dale, we will strip you down to the line. We're the liner notes generation over here. We'll strip you down to do we love music? What?
Exactly.
Right now that have such a musical.
Can I do 5 minutes?
Yes.
You do 6 minutes.
On.
6 minutes. 6 minutes.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, you can.
All right, let's do this.
Can I say one thing too before you
can say two
You gonna sing?
Okay, I want to give a special shout. Oh, nope. Special shout out to Mary J. Blige, Tribe Called Quest. Who am I missing? Oh shoot, who am I missing?
For who?
Mary J. Blige. This recently, the class of 2024, 2025 rock and roll.
Dionne Warwick.
Dionne Warwick. Oh my God! Can I tell you? I didn't catch it real time, but I watched it last night with my mom. Okay, and who is a huge Dionne Warwick fan, right? So she came out. Cher. Okay. She came out. I got Tourette's for a second because it's going. But she came out, and when she sang, she sang with Tiana, and then she took the mic and did her thing, and my mother just watched, and then all of a sudden she started rocking, and then she said, Mommy said, "What's it all about?" And I was like, "Oh," I said, "Mommy, you remember Alfie?" She's like, "Yeah, I remember I used to sing that to you." And my heart just, oh my God, it was so good seeing Dionne. I mean, I love her, But shout out to all of them for being inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I just wanted to send love and vibrations their way.
And Reggie, you've been around her, and you know how funny she is.
Oh my God,
hilarious,
absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing.
She's hilarious. Yeah, I got one little story because we had the foundation party last year, right? And she came, she wasn't there to perform. She was just there to support her cousin and the foundation. And we're having a hotel. And this hotel, because Atlanta is Coca-Cola town. Dionne is a Pepsi drinker. We had to send some intern out to a gas station
to get her Pepsi.
No, we bought so much Pepsi, it was like she couldn't take it back. But what she did was we had to get another suitcase because she wanted her Pepsis. We had to pack them in a suitcase, and she took them back to Jersey.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow, nice.
She's a Pepsi drinker.
And she had a show in France recently, didn't she?
Yeah. These are her last. She's retiring now. These are her last. She's on her last tour because she just wants to
chill out.
Relax. And I don't know if y'all see her on Wheel of Fortune recently.
Nice.
She Wheel of Fortune with Chance the Rapper. Little John. Oh, she had a ball.
That sounds like fun.
She does well with that kind of stuff because her personality is just so ginormous. It's like she needs that kind of stuff. If she's not going to be singing and delighting us and like giving us all that she has on stage anymore, she could totally transition to something else. And I can't wait to see how because she's obviously tapped Tiana Taylor to play her in the biopic, and
I could see that 100% too.
They look alike.
Yeah, they do.
A young Dion.
Yep. And
I don't think y'all seen that documentary because CNN had her documentary last year.
I didn't see it. You know, is there
archive somewhere? I'll find the link. I'll send it to all of y'all because
please do. Please do.
Yeah. Please, I'd love to see
that. Because that was amazing because people didn't realize when you watch Luther, they forgot that Dion sung those songs first, and then Luther made them his own.
Yeah, a lot of folks thought that Luther was doing originals, and no. He put his stank on it, and it was Lutherized, but no. I remember.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I remember when I was younger, my cousins up in the Bronx were a part of this group that we know as Change, and they would be rehearsing in the garage, and Luther would be there, singing, and that's before he was Luther Vandross. But they would have the garage open, and and then when the album came out, and it was amazing to watch. But just thinking like, wow, that was the Luther Vandross as we knew him. Amazing. Miss him.
Absolutely. One of the clips that they showed on that show, the Luther Vandross thing, was him and Mariah Carey singing. Talk about tasty choices.
In This Love.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was talking to Cheryl about that, and I was like, all these people were in the audience and they're clapping and oh. And I'm like, but are they all getting every nuance of what he's doing with his voice, what she's doing? You know how he had that, she did it, but in a soprano way going up. She did the same damn thing, but it was like inverted. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, it was mind blowing. So said, well, singers will get it and music aficionados will get. I said, what about people like me?
We're back to you again. But I think there was one thing that they put, a lot of people didn't know. The great Cissy Houston, he loved. And a lot of people didn't know Luther did not make an album unless her schedule was available, because there was one time his album needed to be done and he was like, she needs to be in my sessions. He did not do an album. She's on all of his albums, background vocals.
Wow. I did know that he loved her and that he was a great fan and everything, but I did not know it was like that. That is amazing.
That was her other child. That was her other child, because when they would have sessions, he'd be like, okay, we can start.
Wow.
Because you knew your stuff was going to be tight. You knew your stuff. If you had Cissy Houston arranging your background vocals and participating using her own vocal prowess, you knew your backgrounds were impeccable. You knew you had premium
Stevie Wonder
vocals. Yes.
Wow.
No question. She did. Listen, it was great to see Bowie in some of the tapes.
David Bowie.
Because he's the one, FYI, he's the one, for folks who don't know, I know I'm not talking about anybody on the screen, but he's the one that actually challenged the guy publicly. It actually embarrassed him publicly from MTV about not having airing artists.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Why? What's happening?
Yeah, exactly.
In a way that only David Bowie could do at the time, because they were all on his Johnson. So.
And if Brandon is on, we know about the Roberta Flack thing that was discussed.
Yep.
And that's the beautiful thing, where sometimes you got to be pushed out the nest, to follow your passion.
Yes, Kimberly. Miss Dr. Cissy Houston did go on to glory very recently.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Let's do a little quick music set. And I'm going to do something a little different this time. I'm going to see if I can bring at least some of what I'm doing on stage, on screen, so that y'all can see it's not magic. It's just mixing.
I'm scared.
I know. Be very afraid. Tammy is about to do too much.
Too much, Tammy.
I think. Or not. It's always something.
I like Ozzy Osbourne, Dale. Some of his stuff, some of his lighter stuff, you know, he got dark in certain spaces, but and then he just went straight off the wagon. But I like Ozzy.
No, he doesn't want to cooperate. I can't do that.
Oh.
So, but what I can do, you know, Pop. All right.
You can pull some music up, Giovanni. And
no, I'm not going to do music. What I want to do, what I have to do first, though, I'm going to do music. But before I do that, I want to bring up one of my favorite rapid fires. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Since we're talking about that kind of stuff, so let's do this. Let me share something here. Yeah, what is this? Now I lost it. I got myself confused. Sorry, y'all. Tammy was doing too much again.
Do you know that Ozzy Osbourne did a song with Busta Rhymes? I did not, actually. Wow. He did something with Busta Bus. What's the name of the song, Dale?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I will look that up, Busta. I'd love to see that. And yes, Kimberly, we can absolutely give a shout out and prayer acknowledgement to Eddie Levert. He lost his daughter.
Yes.
And yeah, she was young. Was she 22? She may have been a little older than 20.
Young, yeah, she was. I know she was young.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to the Levert, Loving Prayers Levert family.
Oh, the song was "This Means War." It was a Busta song, and it featured Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, okay. It's a Busta song.
Yes.
And it featured Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
What was Ozzy's vocally or Ozzy instrumentally?
Vocally.
Okay. I gotta check that out. Thank you, Dale. See what Busta to grabbing Ozzy Osbourne. I know that cost him a grip, Sharon. I know Sharon got a baby. You ain't playing with none of Ozzy stuff. None of it. Without negotiating a check.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do a quick rapid fire, and then I'll get the music stuff right. Let's do this. Here we go.
Hey.
Okay, wait a minute. I just gotta get myself together because I feel like okay, I'm ready. Go.
Okay. Melody.
Green.
God.
Me.
Music.
Love.
Children.
Money.
Songs.
Peace.
I gotta hit her one more, Jay.
Do it.
Family.
Hope.
Amen. Javon, you up next.
Mine were weird. I'm sorry. I said me for God. Oh my God.
You better know.
Who does that?
That is God. That's what it is.
God.
Gee.
God. God is in you.
That's the best answer.
I didn't want to be Kanye and be like, you know.
We didn't take it that way. That's
okay, good.
Kanye, that's funny. Okay. Sex.
Dana.
Passion.
Ooh, me.
Piano.
Black.
Shaka Khan.
High.
Lesbian.
Family.
Personality.
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Ruth.
Purple.
Gold.
Prince.
Rain.
Church.
Oh, freedom.
Thank you so much. You want to give her 5 more? I did take a liberty there.
I love y'all. I don't believe y'all. Oh, these were good. I have to clarify when y'all say Shaka Khan, is that high? I got to clarify. Because when it's ironic that you would say her, and I would think this today, when I'm recording, I think often of her voice because her voice gets really big. And I'm always thinking about, but she allows herself to sing like she sings. So that's something I never said out loud, that when I'm singing and I'm singing a high note, and sometimes it's like, but I am reminded to be free. Her highness reminds me to be free. And when I say height is in her notes, it reminds me to be free. That's a weird kind of connection, but I just had to clarify because after I said it, I was like, oh, shit, that don't sound right. But that's what she is a muse when I'm recording.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's Javon is a self-described shopaholic.
Listen, can I tell you that? And I'm gonna go.
Yes.
I had the best compliment from Shaka. I was doing this play called I Dream, and they flew us to LA to do a little bit of the show for the investors. So she was one of them. She's out there and she's at the show, and I finished my song and she walks up to me and she was like, bitch, you can sing.
She ain't lying. She ain't lying. Right there. Right there.
So ain't nothing else to say. That's all I'm gonna say today.
Yo. So it don't even matter that I'm a big fan because that's it.
That's it. That's it.
That was very kind of you to acknowledge it.
Tell everybody who is under a rock where they can find you, please.
Please, AverySunshine.com, HeySunshine.com, HeySunshineShow.com, Lou Mac Beauty. Please stop by there and get some stuff. I promise we're going to have some more products soon. COVID. Hey, this is Avery Sunshine, and I am in the basement with Javon and Therese. Shining.
COVID and couples do in a minute, but in a minute.
Do you hear? I was so glad Dana was going out Saturday morning. So, oh, you leaving?
I get up earlier and I start doing my ritual. I start burning my sage and getting ready.
Wait a minute. Wait. Because I was like, they didn't tell me it was that kind of show. Is Therese smoking weed? They could do that? Snoop. This is the Snoop session. Sharing these thoughts. It wouldn't work if my voice was a different voice. Right? The voice that God gave me. And that's it. And if people listen and detaching myself from the people that I thought I was supposed to be in the group of, I wanted to be in the cool kids group, and they do this, they do this particular thing. And people that like them they're not the same people who like me, and that mean that I'm not good. No, it means you're different.
Yeah.
Yeah, they meet their people. Authentically you. I'm telling you, my mother was irritated when I played that art. I don't want it, Denise. It's too much for my ears. I can't follow it. They're too busy. It's too busy. I'm confused. It's cacophonous to me. All over the place, and they sing. I can go take me home. And why they almost got to do that? They're always cold.
Cold and confused.
I went hard.
Avery Sunshine.
She is hilarious.
Oh my God.
My goodness.
She's on. That was like she's hilarious in real life, like about and high energy.
I can tell. And when she said hi, I instantly went to Shaka's voice. I never thought, yes,
a higher level of who she is. Yeah, she takes you there.
I thought about where Shaka takes you in height and depth, and I never thought about the others. Since I didn't need clarification, but I respect her for doing it. But I instantly thought, wow, I knew where that was. Mm-hmm. That was a great one. I mean, I watched a lot of them with y'all, but I really like that one.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And I was like, wow, we did a lot of really great shows.
No, we really did. We really did. I really need to find time to do more editing. There's so many more shows that and not only just the rapid fires, but other dime drops. You know, just other dime drops. Some of the rapid fires don't fit into rapid fire because shit is just not rapid. But and it's just a lot of stuff. But there's just a lot of specific things that I would like to edit out and just have it out there.
Mm-hmm. That was a positive thing about the what was it, the pandemic at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also really introspective and share a lot.
Yeah, it was really a good time to where people were kind of just sitting around and had time to be introspective and wanted to share and you know wanted to talk to other people.
Yeah, it was a great thing for isolation and folks that were really cordoned off. And I remember, who was it, Martha Wash that we interviewed that actually had a mask on?
Yep. Yeah, because I think she was in a room with a few other people. And it was just some of the great shows. I mean, not to tap, well, I can, you know, that.
Tap yourself.
Tap yourself. I'm going to tap you. Turn around, Pop. Let me get you.
Yeah, we all going to pat that back. There you go.
It was so great to just pick up the phone or send an email real quick. Hey, do our show.
Exactly.
Okay, because I think the perfect thing was Mickey Howard when we was trying to get Mickey Howard, and then she had called me. She said, "You listen, I don't do effing interviews that much, but for your fat ass, I'm going to do it."
Now that I have to give you. You know what? There were so many great shows and artists that I was able to, you know, get like before we were even doing video and stuff like that. Like. But there were certain people on my bucket list that I did not have access to, like Mickey Howard, like Freddie Jackson. There were just certain people that Pop, without you, I never would, like the whole cast of Noah's Ark. And the great thing and the unfortunate thing for the earlier shows is that we didn't have video for, you know, like Phil Perry and Peebo Bryson and, you know, people like that. But that the great thing is that we were able to capture some of those videos, you know, like some of those interviews on video. I'm forever grateful. I'm forever.
We got one of the last interviews with Bonnie Pointer too.
Yes. Now
and the late great Sarah Dash.
And Joyce Sims is also passed away. And the good, you know, Sarah Dash and Joyce Sims, I was able to interview both of them on radio and visually. And for some reason, my heart won't let me edit their videos. Like every time I think about it, I just, especially Sarah Dash, because she and I had a very nice relationship. Where she would call me and talk to me for like an hour and a half until I just be like, you know, Miss Dash, I'm here. Miss Dash, I gotta go. You know, but it was always great conversations about just that woman she would talk to you about everything from when she was a child, that nostalgic stuff to are there really aliens? You know, like just everything. When I say everything. We actually have interviewed Rona
and
and Dawn Robinson.
Yeah.
So we've interviewed some members of In Vogue.
Dale, we've tried to get the rest of them, but Cindy's kind of funny about certain interviews and stuff like that. So is Terry.
Yeah. And you know, it's all right. And speaking of Terry, it's another person that you brought onto the show.
No,
Terry Dexter. I know, not that Terry. I'm talking about
Terry Dexter is like, I'm also a big fan. And I think the one that solidified for me that made me feel good was I am a big Karen White fan. And for me to get Karen White,
Karen White.
Great. Because even though I'm in the business, but for you to sit and I'm in awe of her, like,
absolutely.
There's some new singers out now that I think I want to discuss behind the scenes with all of us, where maybe we should try to get them, and then at least we'll have them in the queue down the road for history. So when they
absolutely
get out the stratosphere, we'll go, they want Brunch in the Basement first.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, when we talked about genres, have y'all done like a genre one where y'all done like rap and like, you know, had like some rappers, old school rappers, and like the old school, you know, because we talked about the genre thing, right? So have y'all done anything that had to do anything with like a couple of rappers together?
Well, we typically have one artist at a time. The only time that I can remember that we've done multiple artists was like my birthday, Rez's birthday, something like that, New Year's, you know, like a special show where a lot of people would come in. Like I remember one show, Robin S. was co-hosting the whole time, and I think Linda Clifford came through and some other people came through. I don't really recall who, but I remember when I had, but this is again pre the video. I had, Curtis Blow. Yeah, I had Curtis Blow on the show, and we talked about, you know, obviously old school hip hop, but to have like a bunch of old school rappers. And then there was a friend of yours, Therese, who came through, Marquis.
Oh, okay.
You know, she came through and we discussed, you know, old school rap, etc. Don't make me get on here and forget people publicly with my old brain.
No, I mean, the great Melvin Moore, of course, but Gigi,
wait. Allison Williams, who blew my mind. Wait. She blew my mind when she started talking about, how she was on the background vocals of all of these legendary old school rap songs. And I was like, what the
really?
Yeah.
Really?
For basketball, that's her singing the hook.
Yeah,
we're playing basketball. That's
playing just like and you know, the moniker Miss a Show, Miss a Lot is straight up the truth. Yeah. So for those of you who are new, like Dale, watching us for the first time, just know that this show, and I still have to figure out a way to, because I tried to download all of the previous shows, and it's just too much. It's just too much. And I don't want to lose all of those. I mean, just some amazing.
You got to do it though.
Yeah. The first time I interviewed Lisa, CeCe Peniston, the first time I interviewed her, and the second time, I think by that time, Rez, you were doing the show with me. The second time I interviewed her, and we didn't have the virtual yet. We didn't have the visual, let's just say. Crystal Waters. I interviewed her years ago. And the first Bonnie Pointer interview to me was the best one, even the one without her sister on the show, because she was just raw that day. You know, she talking about being in the cat suit and all this. I was like, Miss Pointer. She was like, yeah, girl. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Dale and anyone else that's just joined us, we're not that type of show. If that's the type of show you want, go to the Breakfast Club. Not here. So we don't do sensationalism. We always say, we give them their flowers.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely, absolutely. We are
celebrate.
100% about exploiting the positive contributions of people.
Their body of work and everything else. And when they get on with you guys, they feel so comfortable, they just like let it go.
Exactly.
Because
exactly.
the rapid fire is always the funniest thing. We're like,
Yep, all of their faces,
And Therese will always be like, no, it's okay. It's a peek behind the veil. And then they go, oh, that was painless.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember Indea came through, but she only would do it on the phone because she was shy about coming through? That's another reason why, we're going to be changing platforms, but it should not. I found a platform that will allow us to call in and have people doing comments at the same time. So I just want to test that out with Pop first, as always. And then we will be back on the road. But I don't want to do it live. And well, I will be doing some live stuff, but I don't want to tear me too much trying to figure it all out on Saturdays yet.
Speaking about formats and platforms, I thought about something that we probably take for granted too, because when you do like radio and pop, you can attest to this. You've done artists on the trail, right? When they're doing radio junkets and things like that, it's usually when they're promoting something. So we were kind of revolutionary in our approach to, you don't have to have anything, just come as you are. You're a wealth of knowledge. And a lot of artists aren't used to that. They think they have to have something, and they would say, okay, when you have something, come back. Like this like this is an open door policy, but breaking the misnomer that you have to have something actively happening, other than breathing in your life to be able to present to the world. And no, we may just want you to come chill out in the living room, in the basement, and just chill.
Exactly.
That's
Shawnice loved it. Shawnice loved that. She hit me back up. She loved coming in the basement.
And I loved her. How is she doing? Have you been in touch with her recently?
Yeah, she's good. Her spirits, her family.
Good. I've been keeping her in prayer.
They've kept her lifted. So
whenever she's ready, if she wants to come back, she's always welcome back. And we can talk about whatever she wants to talk about and not talk about whatever she don't want to talk about.
Well, they know that already. They know. So,
this is home. This is home.
That's why we know, and I'm gonna say this at the risk of whatever. That's how we know mainstream radio interviews sometimes to me are full of shit when they say the people want to know. We have to ask that. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't.
You don't have to know what kind of underwear you're wearing. No. Yeah. As long as you can sing and you perform and what you like to do. You're not a cook. What are you doing in your spare time? Let us know something fun. A fun fact.
There's so many other things that you can discuss with somebody outside of a current faux pas that they may have had that, we want to know what happened with that. Actually, if it makes you uncomfortable, we don't have to talk about shit. You know what I mean? We don't talk about that.
And Rezi, that's the conversation I had with Yvette Knowles Shore, because that's why now Beyonce is not that person to do interviews no more, because
I don't blame her.
And like Tina Turner, remember, she's like, I'm not doing any more interviews. What else is there for you to talk about? And for Beyonce, the one question that they still want to ask her is, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
What happened in that elevator?
And I just wish sometimes that what the people really need and what they want are two different things, right? And I would give them what they need. Like, none of your motherfucking business. If we wanted you to know, they would have. Listen, y'all don't know by now, you'll never know. Next question.
Because Therese Nippy used to say in the beginning of her career, she said, Freddie, who was it? Frank Sinatra gave her the best thing. She said, you pay me to entertain you. You don't pay me to live for you.
Right. But but see, and Frank could say that back then, but now, with social media, the fourth wall is so obliterated.
Yeah,
so folks think, like they could just reach out, and to some degree they can, to some degree they can. So, but some of them get that messed up. So they see you in real life, and you got bodyguards or whatever going on, and you try to approach them like they your mans in them. Like, just know just know what it is and what it ain't. You know what I mean? And then you'll get some that are gracious enough to want to say, hey, or that are accessible, but still, you know, like have a level of decorum about yourself, you know, because, and I say it all the time, you know, my wife is a celebrity, not me. So you reach
your
my
personality,
my
your personality, but she's a celebrity. Yeah. So
you're a lesbian.
You know, folks like,
you know, I have a T-shirt that says that, right?
You know, somebody owed me some money with those T-shirts.
I have a T-shirt that says Celesbian. Jaji made them.
Yeah, Jaji owed me some money. Tell Jaji, don't be marketing my stuff without paying me now.
And you see the name I gave you now, Gigi. I gave you call the third voice in the basement.
The third voice. Thank you.
Look, everybody, it's time to go. It's after 1 o'clock. So I want to thank everybody for showing up. Dale, make sure you follow, subscribe, click the bell.
Next Saturday.
Every Saturday.
Well, next Saturday we might be off. I have to talk to y'all about that. We might be off next Saturday, but
you may run a rerun show.
We may run a rerun show instead. So, but I will let y'all know. And whatever it is, it's got to be funky.
Bye, Nandi. Thank you for your comments. We see you.
Bye, Dale. Bye, Nandi.
Bye, everybody. We love you.
Week.
Peace. I need this hand.
What's up, y'all? This is Dawn Robinson, formerly of In Vogue and Lucy Pearl, and you're in the basement with Javon and Therese. My girls. I love y'all.
Hi, this is Mason. You're in the basement with Javon and Therese. Perfect.
It's Leon. That's right, Leon, for some of your favorite movies, and I'm at brunch in the basement with Therese and Javon. Stay here with me. Stay here with me. Stay here with me.
Still in the basement, no longer alone, with my homegirl Therese on the microphone. Music politics are just chatting it up. Brunch in the basement, see that's what's up. You never know who might run through. Legendary artist or someone brand new. You miss a lot when you miss one day. At least that's what I heard somebody say. But it doesn't really matter what whoever says. It's always a good show with Javon and Therese. Yeah. Brunch in the basement with Javon and Therese. Yeah. Let's see who we got today.
Come on, everybody's a friend in my head. I already know everybody. Whatever it is, it's gonna be good. One day I'll tell you about me and Shaka Khan, but you know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but she doesn't know anything about it. But anyway. No, she doesn't. She wasn't even there actually. But anyway.
Bosses though, Jay. She's got
I'm gonna send y'all some perfume. I'll definitely get an address. I'll send y'all out. You can send me some cologne, because I mean, you know. Yeah. Just in case I should meet Shaka Khan, I want to smell really, you know, nice.
Oh God.
Okie dokie, babe. Whatever you say.
The time, so
and we thank you for that.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. This part, that little piece, I'm just gonna keep and play it all the time for myself. But no, I'm just teasing.